So much goes into preparing for Hampton Classic weekend, and this is just a little bit of an idea of what it takes to put a chalet together here for one of our most important sponsors, Longines. Take a look at the different ways that they've created the tables. It's as beautiful as it can be. The layout is very welcoming to the guests and also in a very equestrian themed way. And then, of course, we go over to the watches and all the timepieces of Longines. So it's beautifully, again, presented in a way that is typical of Longines, just in a simple, elegant way. And of course, over here we have where we'll have our press conference this weekend, here at the Step and Repeat. And again, finishing touches here, right up to the last minute here at the Hampton Classic. And I'm here now with Juan Carlos Capelli. Sir, this is a very important show for you. You're here representing Longines, but most importantly, we say thank you again for your involvement. Tell us about why you chose Hampton Classic.
Thank you very much. Hampton Classic is very important for us because we share the same values of elegance, tradition and performance, and because it is a sport, Hampton is so elegant, but also with a so long history, a real tradition, same as Longines. Longines, we have this year 182 years, and Hampton is very the tradition, and also performance, because we are precise with our watches, and the horse and the rider have to be so precise also. For that, we can say that we share really the same values.
And along with values, it's also the tradition of it. It dates back to 1912 for your first international competition that Longines was involved with.
In show jumping, yes. And in horse competition with horse racing, we start in 1878 already.
Wow.
Our first chronograph in our museum in Saint-Imier is a chronograph with engraved a horse and a rider from 1878 already.
Fascinating. And, you know, for those of us that continue to keep up with our international competitions, I tell you, the Longines Global Champions Tour, it's a very, very special tour to us, those of us that are fans of show jumping.
It is different. It's a sport event, but also glamour, and he puts the sport in the center of the cities. We had this year for the first time an event in Paris in front of the Eiffel Tower, and it was, I have to say, amazing event. And the week before it was in Monaco with the royal family, and 2 weeks ago was in London also, and step by step the final will be in Doha, in Qatar, and I think so the tour is fantastic. But we have the chance to have also the World Cup, the Longines World Cup. It is also an amazing event, and next year will be in US and with the final in Las Vegas.
And so exciting for us to have it here, it really is, and to bring the international show jumping community to the United States. But it's also so great to have you involved here as the official timekeeper. And again, it is about tradition. And you, once again, having corporate sponsors like you become part of the Hampton Classic family, it means a great deal to us. It really does.
No, it is, you know, Hampton Classic is one of the best shows in this part of US. And we will have end of September the Longines Los Angeles Masters in Los Angeles for the other part of US. And I think so, to have two of the biggest events in US in the two parts of the country is very important.
Well, it's very important, but I think also, sir, what you've done, which I love, is that it's spread out now. Yes, it's coming here to the United States, but keeping up with it, it's global now. Our sport is just becoming global.
It's everywhere. We start now a few years ago in Hong Kong with the Longines Hong Kong International Masters. We had this year in Shanghai the Longines Global Champion Tour for the first time of the history. Riders and horses are coming in China. And it was an incredible moment, a part of the history. And China, Europe, Asia, Europe, Australia, US, and Latin America, show jumping is very a global sport now.
And we see you everywhere. You travel a great deal now, a great deal sharing the timepieces with the riders, and all the riders say how appreciative they are to have the involvement of Longines.
Thank you very much. But our goal is to do the sport more popular, to have a real quality of timing, because timing is so important on show jumping, and to have one company doing development for the future, to show the public more information, to be a better understanding for the future is very important.
Well, as Vice President and also Head of International Marketing, you are somebody that not only you're involved on a professional level, but you've gotten to be quite an enthusiast about the horses, I understand.
But you know, I am born in a small village close to Timmy called Tramler, and this part of Switzerland is called the country of the horses. The horses is part of my life also.
Well, it's part of our lives, but you're part of ours now here at the Hampton Classic, and we love having you and all of your group. It's just a real joy to have you. Welcome aboard once again for another successful year, and I think you brought some great weather with you, and we appreciate that.
Thank you also, because we are doing a great job with the broadcasting. I know that you received a prize last year what you did for the Hampton Classic, and I would like to say congratulations also.
Thank you, sir. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
My pleasure. Thank you.
And most of all, sir, you know passion.
Equestrian sport is our passion in Longines.
And I'm here with a fixture here at the Hampton Classic, our dear friend Jill Rappaport. Welcome here.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad you didn't say fossil. Fixture's nicer, but thank you. Great to see you as always.
Well,
Scott.
A dear friend of ours, but most importantly, you're a dear friend of the animals. You know, you're an animal lover, but you're here with a special cause. Talk about it.
Well, every year I'm blessed as a Goodwill Equine Welfare Ambassador for the ASPCA. I host Adoption Day with Georgina Bloomberg. So I thought, you know what? I love this Ice Bucket Challenge in honor of ALS. What if we could do something for animals? I mean, even a fraction raise would make such a difference for animals in need. So I launched the Jill Rappaport Pies for Paws Challenge. I took one in the face. Georgina whacked me with it. Took me 3 times to wash it out of my hair. And then I challenged her. She took it right back. I'm challenging Beth Stern over there.
Oh.
Beth, did you hear us? We're challenging you. She doesn't. She accepts the challenge, but not today. Yeah. And if she does it like Howard, she'll put a dab of frosting on her nose, right? He did the one ice cube in the shot glass. But, you know, true animal advocates like this, they know this is so important. There are currently 8 million companion animals in shelters. Half will never make it out.
Wow.
And what about the horse situation?
Well, and what about the horse situation? We are trying in our country so much more so now than ever. Don't you think people are really stepping up? Now we need them to step up and take action.
You got to open up your hearts and your homes, and there's something everybody can do. If you don't have the home for horse, which a lot of people don't, we understand, donate, volunteer your time. You know, be a foster mom or dad or parent. You know, it's anything you can do. And the most important thing, in the small animals, adopt now. Really, we need to open up our hearts and homes, and we can really make a difference for our fur angels.
Well, let's hope everybody can make a difference here. Most importantly, at the Hampton Classic, we are animal lovers, and this is the place to be able to say, come help us help the animals.
Well, and you know, these are privileged, amazing horses, like the top 1% of the world. But the reality is, there are beautiful horses walking along the road that have been dumped and discarded. If you go out west, the situation is dire, the Mustangs. And we need to help them. I mean, and what about the retired racehorses? I work with Metro, the famous horse, we call him Rembrandt, who's gone on to have a painting career. Not every horse will do that. But literally, they're in a race for their lives. Their careers are over 3-4 years old. They could have another 25 years, and they're discarded. We have to do something about that. They can be companion animals, trail horses, show horses, polo ponies, whatever. Just give them a job. Give them a purpose. They deserve that.
Well, they deserve that, but they really are, once again, they are being saved, they are being looked after, and they are being heard because of you, Jill. And we appreciate your voice because, as the ASPCA says, we are their voice.
Yes, and you know, the best compliment I ever got, someone called me the voice for the voiceless, and I love that. I said, that's the best thing you could ever call me. And Stanley's one of my 5 rescues, and literally dumped on the side of the road in Florida. And look at him. And he's, of course, wearing the Pies for Paws Challenge. Now, I'm not going to tell you to do it to your pets at home. Never put a pie in their face, but you can give them some kibble and give them a bowl to eat, and the owner, your pet parent, you take the challenge. But if everybody would do something now, you can donate $1 to the ASPCA or adopt. Just think at the difference we could make. And I love that Beth Stern took the challenge. You heard it here.
Well, we hear you, most importantly, singing out for the animals. And once again, you always are there for the animals. And we love that about you, Jill. We really do. It means a great deal. Here at the Hampton Classic, we love our animals. Come join us here throughout the weekend. And as so many animal lovers come to the Hampton Classic, I want to welcome you, Beth Stern. Welcome to the Hampton Classic.
Thank you. Nice to be here on such a beautiful day.
Well, we'd love to say we ordered it, but you know, we're just grateful to have it. Talk about what your passion brings, why you come to not only just the Hampton Classic, but you really have something special that you're involved with now with the animals.
Yeah, no, I love the Hamptons Classic. I love Jill Rappaport, and we're toasting her and all of her amazing animal rescue today, so go Jill. But I am here today just to be around this beauty and the horses, but I work and volunteer with the North Shore Animal League America. It's the largest no-kill rescue and adoption organization in the world. Over 20,000 adoptions a year. I am currently fostering for them. I have fostered 76 adult special needs cats and kittens since a year ago, June.
Well, congratulations, though. That's beautiful. That's a wonderful, wonderful story, though. It really is.
And we have foster kittens at home right now that are up for adoption through North Shore Animal League America. And yeah, I have to get home and scoop litter boxes after this in this dress.
I am sure more than anything that these animals that we are all out to help and rescue and find new lives today, there is something special about them. Talk about what that means to you.
Oh, animals. I consider animals part of the family. Growing up, I think it was in my blood. We had animals growing up, and they were a part of our family, and they have souls, and they're God's creatures, and we have to treat them like they are and how they deserve to be. So,
well, people doing the work that you're doing, I say it comes from the heart more so than ever, and I know that this affects you as a person, but it also, doesn't it feel great to know that they're going out and they're finding that place, that home, that person that's going to say, that's our cat, that's our animal.
I have to say, when I hand over my foster kittens that I've nurtured and spend so much time with, it's really hard and I cry like a baby, but it opens up a space for a new one to come in.
Well, we are very happy to have you here at the Hampton Classic, and most importantly, as an animal lover.
You too. It sounds, I feel and hear the passion. So.
Well, that's what it's about, and we have our passion here, and we're really happy to have those people here enjoying the Hampton Classic with us.
Good afternoon. I think we'll begin. Dara actually has to catch a flight, which we'll discuss in a short while. But on behalf of the Hampton Classic and our dear, cherished partner, Longines, it's a pleasure to welcome everybody to our press conference honoring the top 3 finishers in today's $40,000 Longines Cup. We'll introduce our riders in just a moment, but first it's a pleasure for me to introduce someone who's become a dear member of our family, Vice President and Head of International Marketing for Longines, Juan Carlos Capelli.
Thank you, Martin. I would like to thank the organizer today for the perfect show. I don't know how to do better. Congratulations, Jeanette, Martin. It was just an incredible day. And also, many the riders, the 2 riders. You did a very incredible class, and the winner. Congratulations. I think it was very nice, and that's the real sport. Thank you. We are very proud to be partner of the Hampton Classic, and today we know why. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. I'll keep the microphone there. I think it's kind of cool always when we have our top 3 finishers be riders representing 3 different countries. It shows the level that the Hampton Classic is at. And today, our 3rd place finisher, riding for the United States, Lily Keenan. At the far end, our 2nd place finisher today, riding for Argentina, Ramiro Quintana. And wearing the Longines sash, continuing what has been an incredible week here at this year's Hampton Classic, the winner of today's Longines Cup, riding for Ireland, Dara Kenny. So Raina will bring a microphone to anyone who wants to ask a question, but I would like to start out with a question for Dara. All week long we've been a little bit conscious of you having to leave here today because you'll be riding for Ireland, and some might think you'd be distracted and it might affect your riding here, but it's gone so well. So, I mean, have you had to juggle next week and this week at all, or were you able to just maintain the focus right here?
For me, this is a very important show. I love coming to the Hampton Classic. I think it's a really incredible show and it's run fantastic, so I really didn't want to miss it. I'm very lucky that I have a lot of great staff that work for me, that manage the horses here, and also the horse that's in Europe at the moment at the way. And I was there last Saturday. I flew out of America Saturday night, rode the horse on Sunday and Monday, and then flew back here on Monday night just so I could be at this show. The horse feels in great form, and he's not really a difficult horse to prepare for a big show. So for me, there wasn't much of a distraction. I know the staff that is taking care of the horse are incredible, and I just rely mostly on the people around me.
Well, we heard you say down on the field that this was the one class here this week that you really had your sights set on. Could you elaborate on that a little?
Yeah, I think this is a great class. I've always wanted a Longines watch. This horse has been going incredible. He's been winning a lot of classes all over Europe and in Spruce Meadows. And I knew this was a very good class for him. I knew he was very capable of winning this if I set it up right. He was excellent on Tuesday. He won the $20,000 145, and then I did a small schooling class just to try and get him relaxed again and get him really set up for today. And today he was better than I could have even imagined.
Well, I know as we put out the press releases each day, the headlines didn't seem to change. Only the name of the class seemed to change. John, I know you'd like to ask a question. Raina will bring over the mic. Put you on the spot, but I know you're ready.
You went last in the jump off. What did you see from the other riders going in front of you? What did you think you had to do out there?
Go really fast. I watched Ramiro go, and I thought he was incredibly fast. His horse is a very good horse, and Ramiro is a top rider. And so when he goes fast and he leaves the jumps up, he's usually very hard to beat. And I also watched Lily go because she's young and very hungry, so she likes to go very fast. Puts me under pressure sometimes. So when she didn't catch him, I knew how fast he was. And I knew Ramiro had done 8 strides from 1 to 2, and I did 7. And then I knew my horse was naturally quite quick, so I just relied on that a little bit.
And Ramiro, having gone so early in the jump off, might your strategy have been different going later?
Probably. I think I tried to go, going early in the jump off, I tried to go as fast as I could without having a wheel. I knew I had a lot of fast riders behind me, so I wanted to go really quick. Try to leave the jumps up and have, put the pressure on others to kind of catch me and hopefully they made a mistake. Worked out pretty good until the end.
Yeah, almost.
And Dara came in and, just got in the door. Actually, I did add 1 stride from 1 to 2 and he got me there, and his horse did really well. And he's a top rider, but I'm really pleased to be second to him and to, be the team.
Very good. And Lily, I happened to be by the in-gate when you were just about to enter the ring for the in-gate, and I heard you say, "Go for it," right? And you went for it.
Yes, I certainly did. And I watched Monero go, and I knew I had Dara and some other top riders behind me. Everyone in the jump-off always goes to win, so I knew I really had to go for it. And I confirmed that founder before I went. I am riding an 8-year-old Dutch-bred gelding, and he's never shown in a 150 before. So I've been part of the wins in his career, and I feel like I gave him a positive experience his first time. And to be behind these two riders, I couldn't be any happier.
Well, it's really a star-studded field that we had here all weekend today, so we're proud of all three of you. Anybody else with a question? Dara, I have one last question for you. Tell us your schedule now, starting from when we break up here. When's the first day you'll be riding at Normandy?
I leave the horse show, I have to go back to the house and get my stuff. Going to the airport. I have a flight at 9:50. I think it lands at 11 o'clock in Paris. Then I have to drive 2.5 hours to Cannes. Sunday evening I'll probably ride the horse a little bit. And then Monday morning they have a warm-up class. So I'll probably jump 5 or 6 jumps, just make sure the horse is relaxed in the ring, make sure he's calm, and then I'll start, jumping starts on Tuesday. Tuesday is a speed round. It's also counted for individual and Nations Cup. Then Wednesday is the first round of the Nations Cup. And Thursday is the second round, all of which count for individual qualification also. So then he'll jump those 3 days, and hopefully he's good, and I make the individual final. And hopefully the Irish team can be very good. You know, it's very important to us this year that we qualify for the Olympics. We've missed now 2 Olympics as a team, which is you know, quite disappointing for us as a nation with the amount of top riders that we have. So it's very important that we qualify this year, and I think it has to be, you have to be one of the top 6 place teams over those 3 days, and that qualifies you for the Olympics. And then Friday I have off, and then hopefully I make the individual final on Saturday. There's 2 rounds of jumping, and then the top 4 overall from all those rounds make the final 4, which is, for me, it will be a dream, because I think it's an incredible class. To ride, you know, top horses like that is a huge fun opportunity. So I think it could be really cool.
And is sleep anywhere in there?
No, I don't do much of that at the moment.
Maybe on the plane.
Yeah, I'm hoping on the plane. Usually they give you a nice glass of champagne when you get on, so I can drink that and fall asleep.
Well, in just a moment we might have a toast to give you a little champagne. I'm looking for... I think, yes, you do. Very good. We will wish you good luck next week, Dara. Good luck to the Irish team. Having Olympics without Ireland in there just seems illogical here when we look at the Longines Rider Challenge and we see first place Ireland, second place Ireland, third place Ireland. It's a little hard to imagine Olympic Games without Ireland being part of it. So we wish you very good luck. We do congratulate Lily, Ramiro, Dara, all 3 of you for an outstanding day against a top field. Mr. Capelli, we thank you so much. Partnering with Longines is one of the great things that has ever happened to the Hampton Classic. We thank you for being here. And I believe, Mr. Capelli, this would be a good time to lead a toast to our riders. Thank you all so much. And then we can do just a round of pictures as well. Yeah, for sure. Face the cameras. Dara, Ramiro, and to Longines.